A gCADPlus user from Western Australia is making good progress with one of his first designs. He's worked in model space and developed an A3 landscape sheet that's zoom extents, where he has a logo and the plant schedule, a scale, and so on. Let's return to the model. What he'd really like to do is to have all of the symbols, the multi-line styles, the text styles, and so on, stored in a template so that he can create drawings such as this with a little more ease. This is not finished. He needs to add notes indicating the design processes and so on, and that's probably best done by using the leader dimension. But let's imagine that we wanted to create a second job. If we click on File and New, that throws up this file here to select a template drawing. That's the set of templates there that comes with gCADPlus, but you can tell gCADPlus that you want to operate in a different directory. So let's imagine that on the C drive, we have a folder called Dardy. Now can you see that a template drawing sits in there, and we can say OK. So now we're starting with a template drawing. We've got landscape sheets, portrait views, and so on are all sitting there ready to go, and symbols can be dragged and copied into position. The GCP file is already preloaded in this template, and that means that any number of new drawings can be created based on this template. So that really improves productivity and the way you work. So you create one drawing and kick off to the side symbols and other entities that you want to use, put them all to one side, and then work on your drawing on the left-hand side, and whatever you do will appear in that floating viewport. Let me just illustrate by double-clicking there, and I'll zoom out. Can you see the drawing area is well away from where we put our symbols? And we can display that on the layout. So work in an environment which is already pre-configured to improve your productivity. Well, we've gone a little further. The common symbols that he uses have already been assigned to they're already being tagged. So we can move around. Any of these symbols that we use here can be reused in a new design and will already be tagged and ready to generate the plant schedule. And that certainly improves productivity. Well, if you are tweaking your template, you may well like to set the path to your own particular symbols. And that's done via Tools and Set Library Paths. And remember, in this little example, we are adjusting the template for a company called Dardy Gardens. And what we're going to do now is browse to that very same folder that we used previously on local disk. So we put everything for Dardy Gardens here, and I've put a folder called MySymbols under it, and I'm saying now in this copy of gCADPlus, whenever we say Library, Plants, MySymbols, it'll point directly to that folder, and we've got a whole lot of symbols there in that folder. So as the team from Dardy Gardens works with this template, they might well add individual name species to the MySymbols folder and any other symbols that they develop and want to use. Now that further adds to productivity.